The event was interesting. It gave a lot of information and what is going on today. Yes, youth should be involved in politics. I myself didn't get that chance, but yes, the youth of today should be involved in politics. They should know what's going on in their country, in their environment, and we should really help them along in that part. What we hear about politics is when we watch the news. So maybe if we have more speak out items like this, we should get to know more. Yeah.
Well, I think it struck the right balance between comedy and serious things. It really got the message across, but it was very entertaining as well, so it held my interest all the way through. I think events like this make a much bigger difference because it gets the message across in an entertaining way, and people will go away and remember what they've seen. So rather than just listening to boring speeches, people go away and in weeks and months to come they'll still remember what they've seen tonight. I think the important thing is to get young people involved. Because young people, as they said themselves tonight, are the future. So if we're going to change anything for the BME communities, it has to come from the young people of those communities.
I thought it was brilliant. The speeches at the beginning set the tone well. The young people were very passionate about what they were saying. It came across well. They were all obviously pretty nervous, understandably, to a room full of people, some people that they know. But the messages that came across, I think, perfectly. I think there needs to be more events like this. They need to, more prominent politicians need to be invited to them. The message is going to get across then, it'll attract more media attention, so it'll reach a much bigger audience than it did tonight. But it's a step in the right direction. I think especially with Obama winning the presidential election in the US, there's a lot more interest in it. It's out there in the media more. I mean, I work in a school that's predominantly classed as BME anyway, so I'm involved with it quite a lot. I think it's fantastic because Britain's a multicultural place, Leeds is a multicultural city, so there needs to be a much more eclectic mix of people in politics.
I thought it was fantastic, really positive, very inspirational. It's the kind of thing that I'd really like to see touring around schools, and something I've been speaking to the writer about coming and visiting our school and perhaps presenting it to some Key Stage 4 and Key Stage 5 students. I really think it'd get their interest. The way they presented it made it really interesting. There was people of all ages here. I think that would really increase people's interest in politics, especially just the way they presented it really. I think the topics that they covered, all very current, very relevant as well. As a multicultural society and having something like this in Leeds, I just think, yes, they are really underrepresented in politics and in that environment. And I think that just really demonstrated that, people are capable and they do have an interest. I mean, I just spoke to the writer about coming into school and he said, do you think they'd be interested? And I really, really do. It's something that I really want to push for.
I think it'll be great if we can take this around the country and even further beyond the borders of the UK. But politicians and decision makers need to see this. They need to be hearing the message because for a long time we've looked at issues in society and decided, we need to put some money into this project or that project. But nobody's actually ever stopped and said, what do you want? How do you want it? When do you want it? And this is what this project is about. It gives the young people a chance to say what they want, how they want it, and when they want it. So it's changing the terms of engagement and progressing that debate around inclusion, fairness, and equality for young people. So we need to spread the message. It will go on our website, obviously. We will be sending copies to key decision makers across the country, and particularly within our sub-region. I think one of the key challenges for us is how we engage parents, how we get parents to understand the issues and support the children. Because once we begin to do that, then the message that comes from school, that comes from the education department, that comes from us and the parents is much stronger. And we need to move children away from this perception that going on Big Brother, I haven't got anything against it, but going on programs like that and becoming a celebrity is the way to go. There's so many choices and so many avenues for them to achieve their aspirations. But more than anything else, they have to get the qualifications. They have to get good grades at GCE, and they have to get some kind of vocational or academic qualification to back themselves. And that's important. I think the other thing is to get decision makers to understand that they have to work with young people, but they have to work with us as organizations to engage those young people and support those young people, because they're far, far behind. And getting them to where they need to be before they start the journey is a lot of hard work, and it needs to be appreciated and accepted.
I was busy writing a screenplay for an idea I was developing. I took it to Chantel Davis. I said, can I get any tips on script writing sort of thing, on how I would make this a reality? And she took my script, put it in a file, in a folder somewhere, I've not seen it since, and gave me a spec to write a script for her, for this project. My starting point, the spec I was given was bring Parliament to the stage, 50-minute piece, no entrances and no exits. So the challenge for me was making a piece where everyone is on stage at all times, interesting, to keep it from being monotonous or boring. So it was a good chance for me to explore different types of theatre and different ways of getting rid of the rest of the cast, and bringing scenes into a play that has no scenes. So that was the spec I was given. And then with regards to inspiration, I must say, in preparation for the project, I must have watched like 100 hours plus of BBC Parliament. I researched all of the history of Parliament, the workings of it, and at first, I must say, I hated their guts. And then I got to a point where I was like, these people aren't so bad, given the system that they work in and the situations that they're under. They do an all right job. And then I was like, no, they don't do that much, and I went straight back to hating them again. But no, I feel like I have filled my end of the requirements given to me, and I've had fun as well, which is all I could ask for. Obviously, I haven't put a great amount of thought into that as I've just walked off the stage, but I would like to develop this idea further. I think it can go further, and I think the resources that we were given to make the piece, I think with a bit more investment, it could be a much better piece. I mean, as the writer and director, I'll always be critical of my own work and not, feel that it was as good as it could be. But given the time constraints and the situations we're working under, and the cast and the crew, they all pulled it off, and I think we really, did a good job. Given the circumstances, we did the best that we could do. So I would like to, put some more work on it. Maybe film it or something. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. My message would be, it is important. If you don't take the time to vote and make your voice heard, then no one will listen to you. So it's really important that BME people, that black people and Asian people and Chinese people and Kosovan people and every person who isn't white goes out and makes their voice heard. Otherwise, no one's ever going to listen to them.